Hello, I'm Tom from skis.com, and today we are going to go over the differences in base layers and long underwear pieces. There's many different styles and fabrics and cuts that serve multiple different purposes, as well as different weights of fabric. In terms of weights, you're going to start with your lightest weight, nice and thin. It's going to promote wicking, not so much for insulation, but it's there to keep you dry. Which helps to keep you warm by moving the moisture away from the body. This particular piece is a crew neck cut. Crew necks tend to be the most popular. They're very, very comfortable as a layering garment, and under other things you don't have collars that bind up. The next weight we go to is what would be considered a mid-weight. And with this collar you've got a zip neck. This is going to offer a little bit more protection up high. When you go to the thicker material, this is going to be the first weight that we really consider it as an insulating layer, as well as a wicking layer. So it's very practical. And also with the zip neck, it offers you a garment that can be worn outside of just as a base layer. It's a very, very versatile piece for everyday use if you're out in the cold and need a little bit of extra warmth. And then the third, we get up to a heavier weight, and in this particular piece, more of a compression fit. The heavier weight is obviously going to offer more insulation, but as you thicken up the garment, you're going to start to detract from how well it can wick moisture from the body. And then the compression fit is going to support the muscles a little bit better, and it's going to reduce fatigue over time. And that's going to just be a heavier, more insulated fit. And you're going to see the same characteristics hold true in the pants as you do in the tops. Most will be cut at the ankle. This particular piece, again, is going to be the lightweight version. Promotes wicking, keeps you dry, helps to move moisture away from the body, which keeps you warm. Then we go up to a little bit thicker piece here. Again, as with the last top, this has some compression characteristics built into it, which simply support the muscles, help reduce fatigue over time. And at a little heavier weight, in the mid-weight range, it's going to offer a little more insulation. Finally, with the pants, once again, we go up to our heaviest weight. More so an insulation piece than wicking at this point. It's not going to do too much pulling of moisture away from the body, but for those days where you need to stand around in the cold, or if you're not as active of a person, these are really going to help to keep you warm on those chilly days. One other important feature that you're going to see with your long underwear and your base layer type stuff is the material that it's made out of. A lot of stuff nowadays is made of some type of synthetic material, or what you see a lot of, and what I'm holding here, is a merino wool. Wool is going to be naturally wicking, also naturally antibacterial. This particular style of wool is what's called merino wool. So it's going to have all your characteristics of wool that are positive, and it does not itch. It's very, very soft. This particular garment is made of a synthetic fiber. You will find many synthetic fibers used in base layers, as it's a great fabric and it can be treated to become a wicking material. It's also very lightweight. One thing with synthetics, because it is a treated material, you have to be careful when washing not to use any type of fabric softener or bleach on the product, because it will detract from its wicking properties. With all the base layer technology out there, it's real easy to narrow down which garment would be best for you. If you tend to be a heavy sweater, a lighter weight piece is going to help pull moisture away from your body without adding too much insulation, keeping you dry, keeping you nice and warm. On the other hand, if you do tend to get a chill a little easier, you can go to that mid or heavyweight fabric that's going to add that little bit of extra insulation for you and help keep you warm on the colder days.